Hello guys and welcome to the Let's Play of Don't Starve. I'm sorry if the music's a bit loud, but this is on its quietest setting. So yeah, Don't Starve was released in 2013. It's a good survival game. Let's get started. I love the sounds used in this game. Each character individually has an instrument which is their speech. You'll figure out what I mean in a moment, but it's a very interesting art style and it's a very nice game to play, despite the fact that I've never actually got to the ending of the story mode. When you load up, immediately puts you in survival mode and you have to find Maxwell's door to actually start the more, I say story mode, challenge mode to get the ending. So let's start. If you couldn't tell by the title of the game, don't starve. The aim is to survive and not starve. You can move around using the arrow keys or use the mouse. And yeah, picking flowers boosts your sanity. In this corner you have the day, the evening and the night, your hunger, your health and your sanity. And yeah, it is a very nice art style, very Tim Burton. It's probably what actually drew me to it when I first saw it. And I first saw Markiplier play it a long time ago. So yeah, the aim, you build your tools, make a camp, survive nights, don't starve, not get attacked by other creatures. So yeah. There isn't much to say about the game, just it is simple to understand and simple to know what to do. But actually, surviving, it does get difficult as time progresses. Like, each season has its own problem. Winter, it gets really cold, you can't spend too long away from a fire. Summer, it's too hot and you need to have either clothing or certain machines to cool you down. I need one more. Yeah, I've played this game quite a bit. Oh, there's so many flowers. It's also nice that the game notifies you when things are ready to be made, so I just made myself a little flower crown. This boosts my sanity, but seeing as I've just been picking loads of flowers, my sanity is full. Your sanity is affected by dark flowers. If you're out too long at night, I think if you get attacked it goes down a bit, but don't quote me on that. I need to build a tool. Yeah, spacebar, holding down spacebar means you can just automatically go and collect things. Like at the moment my hand is not on the mouse. So yeah, it is a very nice game. It's very good for those people who don't like complex games like first-person shooters, or just want something plain and simple and is easy to just stop and start. Because as a uni student, trying to sort of control how long you spend on things is a bit difficult. So games like this is very useful because you can start it, you can pause it and save it at any time. As you can see, my sanity is starting to go down because it's got darker. I like the fact that the game sort of focuses on things like that, because being on your own, having to survive, it's not going to be fun. It will affect you. Lots of rabbit holes. Hang on. That's what I meant by instruments being used for their voices instead. Maxwell's is quite high pitched than I remember. And yeah, it is a nice game to play. So I don't know how long I'll go for. I'll probably try and keep this video around 15 minutes because I understand that some of my Let's Plays are quite long. But once you've there's a mole. Once you've played the game for a while, you start becoming very familiar with what you're doing. Survival. I started off in a good place for resources, but not really for food as such. Because in autumn time, which I think lasts about 30 days, you need to try and set up a camp so that you can survive winter. I've had difficulty surviving winters because it's so hard because you pretty much can't do anything and you go through your food resources quite quickly. Cobbler! They're not usually that easy to kill because they just run towards berry bushes or run away from you. So, I'm quite surprised. I'm going to be leaving carrots because they don't go off and they don't grow back. Well, they do go off if you pick them up, but they are very good for eating and stuff. So, quickly build a camp before it's night. I do love the graphical design of the game. It's very simple, but it's very sort of satisfying to look at in its own way. So yeah. That's a blue mushroom. There are 3 types of mushrooms. There's the red mushroom, the green mushroom, and the blue. And I cannot remember which each one does. I think red lowers your health. Each one also does a different thing if you cook it. Talking of cooking. If I recall correctly, if you cook a green mushroom, it boosts your sanity, which is very good for later stages. See, mine is currently going down. I should probably eat something. Ta-da! I will not starve. I don't think I've ever actually died from starvation in this game. I've always died to things like night, animals attacking me, or the cold. Cold has killed me more times than I can count. But also there's problems like this, if it will work. Nah, my fire's not hot enough. Quite simply, the edge of the screen goes orange, and it means that you're pretty much burning, and your health will lower. Just stare at my character until day comes. Yeah, the further out you go, the more your sanity drops. That's the edge. See? I'm not too fussed about it because I've got my garland and that will boost my sanity during the day. What else can I make? Oh, there are quite a few bunnies, so I'll make a trap. I have a grass suit. Grass suits acts as a bit of protection. Not much. Ooh. Yeah, you do find skeletons lying about, and they usually have something useful around them. Sleeping dart. That should come in handy. Where have I explored? I have a tendency to just go off. I don't usually just stay focused in one area. I need to find something which isn't just grasslands. Maybe I'll find a wormhole. Oh, goddamn cobblers. Cobblers can be, look, they like red things, so if you put down, I think it's 3 red mushrooms, they will eat it and die. Not a very cheerful subject, but you're supposed to survive. Desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm just going around the edge I think I've just literally walked into a dead end, haven't I? Yeah, I've walked into a dead end. Oh no! Yeah, if you get too wet, all your stuff gets, well, funnily enough, wet, and you can't use them. I do love how the sounds help sort of guide you on what's going on. Like, when I'm out from under a tree, it's louder, which indicates that you're out in the open. Whereas if you're under a tree, it quietens. So, which indicates that it's having less of an effect. It's just, I do love how the sounds are used in this game to sort of guide you and to sort of emphasize on things. This is a wormhole. And as you will see, if I can, get him to go through it, it teleports you to another place. And the maps tend to be quite big. So that probably leads down to here. Ooh. What I want to do is either find beefalo or pigs. They're very good for survival. Ooh. That's linked to the... I don't want to say it's a DLC or if it's just like an extension of the game, but it's part of the shipwreck stuff. And that's pretty much more like a Castaway version of the survival game, where you have to go between islands. Butterfly. I'm not sure why it's always random how the maps are formed. And this one seems to be filled with a lot of grass and flowers. Oh my god. Oh, I need to eat something. I just noticed how low I'm getting. This game also uses a lot of visual representation to help you along. Like, these all shrivel up. Chester! Chester is a chess. And it's adorable. I always love finding Chester. Oh my god. These days are shorter than I remember them being. And winter's even worse. Dun, dun, dun. I just stumbled across a grave, I think. Yeah. Oh. Chester. This is why Chester's useful. You can just put stuff in. There. Ooh. It is a very simple game for people who don't like learning too many rules or just want something simple to play. I mean, personally, I prefer first-person shooters because that's me. But yeah, it's nice to just sort of have a game to sort of focus on, relax on, just to fill the time. I'll probably set up a night camp and call it there. Ooh, mining hat. If you need to know what this does, it does this. I don't need that right now. That's more useful for if you're going underground or are like desperate for resources and you can't build a campfire, which has happened to me before. I'm gonna build a campfire. down here and call it there. Thank you for watching. I know this Let's Play is quite short, but I hopefully you enjoyed. Please say in the comments below if you want to see more of Don't Starve or any of the other Let's Plays. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.